put the world game up there.
Be another 100 years before we see another one like him.
And now through Jonah Lomu. Lomu enters the 22. Lomu beats the
Got it, Thomas. A 16-half storm. Set go.
Here comes Lomu. Straight through Stephen Jones.
Jonah came to Wesley College in South Auckland. I was deputy principal there. I was also the coach of the rugby first 15. As a 14-year-old, he was about $1.90 m. He was 6'2", 6'3", and he weighed probably about 94, 95 kilograms.
And here we go once again. That's a lovely run by Lomu, the captain, and looks like he's going to go all the way. That is a magnificent try from inside the 22.
We had him playing a tight forwards game, but he had that wonderful ability of being a lock that could run as fast as a wing.
My word, what an outstanding player this fellow is.
It took me about a year and a half before I realised that I really enjoyed that game. You know, enjoyed rugby. Coming to terms with the rules of the game, especially coming from league. You know, you run into a ruck and you're supposed to release the ball and you're wondering why these guys are rucking you.
That year he also made the New Zealand under-16s.
When he left school, you know, we started to keep an eye on him.
So he was fast-tracked in really his first season of serious rugby.
He didn't really want to come and play for the New Zealand team straight away. So we left him alone for a couple of years, and then 94, he just turned 18. So we went to Hong Kong.
Early 94, he had a big year in the sevens.
He was running around guys like Serevi and through guys like Campese. This fresh-faced 18-year-old from South Auckland.
The Fijians, masters at this art of sevens rugby, up against New Zealand. New Zealand with Rush and Seymour, the two experienced men, and the young giant Jonah Lomu. On Serevi, the master, Jonah Lomu. Magnificent try.
He made a fantastic impression at the Hong Kong Sevens, scoring wonderful tries and thrilling the huge, excitable crowd there. And those games were telecast live back to New Zealand. And this kid suddenly became the name on everyone's lips.
Glenn Osborne begins the final stages of this 94 tournament. Eric Rush claiming the ball. Lomu takes more than one to tackle him. Takes more than two. It takes more than three.
He just exploded on that scene, and the next 2 years he got even better, which was hard to believe.
We went and spoke to his provincial coach and asked him if he would consider playing him on the wing when he got back from Hong Kong, so that we could have a look at him. He agreed to do that.
Basically got asked if I wanted to play out on the wing at the National Telecom Sevens tournament.
Final here in Palmerston North, the Telecom 0800 Sevens final, and it is Counties leading Waikato by 5 points to 0 and attacking. Jonah Lomu, the man who scored the try, hovering out on the wing. There's an indication of just how powerful he is.
That's amazing strength from the big man.
And there's more power too from Paramore. And more again from Lomu. And this is 2 tries for Jonah Lomu. And that gives Counties the lead by 10 points to 0.
His work rate wasn't really that great to be a number 8 or a loose forward, even though he had been tried at a blindside flanker and number 8 on several occasions. But I think the wing is his true position.
They put pressure on Counties, but they are able to keep possession. The ball in the arms now of Lomu. He has another go on Chris Costello, and Lomu goes in for his hat-trick of tries in the final. Jonah Lomu, what a sensation.
So, you know, I got asked, oh, do you want to trial out for the All Blacks out on the wing? And I said, oh, well, it's the highest honour you could get asked.
22-metre line in the background. 22 points to 3. 4 tries. Kerwin's got 2. Timu 1. Forster 1. Here it comes again. Kerwin. Forster. Mannix. Lomu. Lomu's moment.
Things went well, and then became the youngest ever All Black as well. I was 19 years of age and 2 months.
Little out to Lomu. He can get the big legs going. He's only got one to beat. They've gathered again. I don't believe this. He's got it up to Kronfeld. And a try has been scored. That is stunning.
Basically, I just wanted to get the ball in hand and have a go and go as far as I can. And then every time I turned around, Josh always seemed to be there. He's a great support player. For a while there, when we were at the World Cup, we were called the Double J's. Josh and Jonah were running side by side down the sideline.
There's the England team, they're out first. Sean Fitzpatrick will bring New Zealand on second. Set for the haka now, and it's going to be led by Zinzanbrook, and there's big Jonah Lomu. Mike Brewer likes to get out on the edge of the haka. Basham again, New Zealand maintaining possession. Wide to Lomu. He's got the bounce. He's heading it off his opposite. Lomu. Morris. Intercept by Basham. Lomu. Hands off Tony Underwood. Lomu. Heading for 4. That's the most brilliant quartet of tries you'd ever wish to see.
For, you know, 120 kilogram player to have that explosive power over 10 metres is devastating, because he's the sort of player you really have to be able to make full body contact to be able to tackle him. I mean, when he sidesteps, it's about a 3 metre sidestep, where most people it's 1.5 metres.
There was never really a game that New Zealand played in a significant situation where they smashed aside a significant opponent like they did England that day. And for Lomu to play such a significant part, would have to rate that as his greatest performance.
Out to Lomu. Lomu with space in front of him. First time he's had a run this year. He's just going to outpace them. I think Forrest getting close. That is quite incredible. The goal line in the background. Tolu digs in deep. Lomu will score. Yes, Jonah Lomu. Auckland's second try. Tonu'u. And Lomu almost in the clear. Shrugs off a couple of tackles, carries a couple more. Oh, that's an impossibility. You cannot score from there, but he did. Jonah Lomu. Amazing.
End on him.
Well, excuse the use of the superlatives, but I can't think of any other words, but amazing, to be honest.
When we toured to South Africa and we needed to win over there, that's when we really found that bond between us players was the strongest, because we needed to win there to come home and play a home semi and a home final.
Floating ball over to Lomu. Lomu was there. That's the one. Not just this crowd, but the whole of New Zealand rugby's waited to see.
Most wingers, if you show them the outside and get a hand to them, you can stop them. But one hand's not enough to stop that guy. You can get 2 hands on, and you probably need another 2 to help you even slow him down. So one-on-one, he's virtually unstoppable.
Stensness, lots of defences across. Lomu is there. Lomu goes for 2.
Fast guys will let him run past and then catch him from behind. But Jonah's the fastest over 10 metres in the All Blacks. And if you let him get that 10 metres, you're not going to catch him.
And there's Charles Rickelman, the young man who's bidding for a place in the All Blacks. There's a Natal player down on the deck at halfway. Could be Mark Andrews. It is. Spencer through. Lomu.
Here we see it head on. Spencer hitting the blind side hard and fast. Small trying to close down Lomu, and that's where he got in trouble. Lomu one-on-one. There it is. Joubert couldn't hold him. Too big, too strong. 5 points to the Blues.
Oh, that's awful play by Natal to have a man cut through like that and then have no one with him. Let's see if they can get something out of it. I tell you what, it might work for the Blues at the other end, thanks to Lomu. Spencer from Lomu. To Lomu. Lomu makes use of the 30 kilograms.
But the try is still scored through the power of Lomu.
Most of it's cross training. I predominantly put on too much muscle mass really quickly if I have too many weight sessions. So it's purely just work on getting work rate up, and just for strength maintenance I do a lot of power work, which is usually consists of power cleans, deadlifts in it, and just working on explosive power.
Scott. Feeney. Lomu. And he just powered his way across the line. Marshall. Lomu. And Lomu gets down.
It's actually quite good for balance. Balance is a really important thing in rugby. And he's one of our good friends. If you get your balance right, it should help you out and take you a long way.
And now they're shoving it out to the big man in the Blues. Jonah, 80 metres out, one to beat. Defence coming across. Excellent pass in by Jonah, and he's going to make the try for Adrian Cashmore.
There's a lot of sprint work, but for me, I've got to get my endurance base up first before I can do anything else. And once I get that, and then I can start honing in on getting the speed.
Carter, Lomu. Jonah wants one for the fans, and Jonah delivers. Jonah delivers a try for the people who love him the most.
I wanted to be a decathlete when I was at school, and I never thought I'd ever go to the Commonwealth Games. And then next thing I knew, there I was playing at the Commonwealth Games in a final against Fiji for the gold medal.
Out to Lomu near halfway. Big handoff by Lomu on Rongai.
Minute that Rongai, the big number 3, there he is, has copped it from the New Zealand attackers. Get off me, says Jonah, and they come again. He gives him the same treatment to Ricconi. Gee, the Fijians have been on the bad end of the penalty count in this first half. Lomu.
Lomu to the 22. 5 metre line. Cullen. Christian Cullen.
And this is the start of it all. And Jonah Lomu, but he just gets that ball away. But it's Roger Randall who does the subtle stuff very cleverly and quickly. The ball goes to the ground. Randall flicks around to Christian Cullen. We may see here, so he gets over.
Away to Rongai. Rongai and Lomu. Great chase by Lomu. He's pulled him down, and a save by Rehana. Serevi gets it away to Vunimbaka at halfway. But New Zealand's Lomu has also played a brilliant 3 days. And Jonah Lomu skies it to the touchline.
I was just overwhelmed by the occasion. It'd be one of my highest achievements in rugby to date, and just all the emotion that the players had. The guy standing up on the podium, I'd never ever dreamt of you know, standing up there and receiving a gold medal before. I was beside myself in that, because yeah, it was just another dream that's just become a reality for me.
The man who did most of the work that put his opponents to the sword.